Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another amazing video. So this video is going to be about the trade reviews of the trades we called out. The trades we called out last week, and we see what is happening. I'm going to be reviewing around 5 trades. Last week I gave you 7, so I'm going to be reviewing around 6. Others have not yet been triggered, but others were triggered, so I'm going to be reviewing around 6 trades. So it's going to be a short video, so just stay along and see how things are progressing. So without further ado, guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe. We're on the road to 600 subscribers, so far at 550. Subscribe and be part of this amazing community of like-minded traders. Also, I always post premium content. You can check out my previous videos, so subscribe to the channel such that you do not lose anything for that matter. So let's proceed direct to the video. So on the screen you have BTC USD, that is Bitcoin. And you remember last time I told you Bitcoin was in the daily demand zone, and we were expecting Bitcoin to start buying because it was in the daily demand zone. So what Bitcoin has done is, so far we have bought around 400 pips. So I just take you to the daily. This is a review, not full analysis. I'm just going to be reviewing. So this daily demand zone also coincides with the weekly demand zone. If you see something like that, that is a high probability zone, because the zone is both on the daily and on the weekly. So right now Bitcoin has moved around 380 pips. So far it is at 325, but it moved at around 300 and 300. It moved around 400 pips, guys. It moved around 400 pips, but so far it is retraced to around 320. But regardless, you'd be in your profit. So this is now a supply zone that is on daily time frame. However, the supply zone is not that solid because it has not taken out this demand zone, so it's not that solid. So I expect the supply zone to not be respected and price breaks to the upside, but so far you should be in profits. So this is a trade that I mentioned last week, so if you watch those video you should be in profits. Then if I drop down to my 4-hour time frame, that is how it is looking. 4-hour time frame, already in profits. Remember the first level target was here. Price has not reached there, but so far you should have removed some of your profits. Then the second level target is going to be around 1000 pips, 1000 pips mark there, like that. So I think Bitcoin is still going to around here, so you should be targeting here. That was on Bitcoin. I told you this is just a walkthrough of the trades that we called out. So far this one is moving well. BTC USD, it was a daily demand zone, so the stop loss was going to always be big. However, the risk to reward was going to be good. Okay, so now we are going to proceed to another pair. That was gold. Gold, what is happening on gold is, I remember I told you if there's a demand zone to buy from, it was supposed to be this demand zone. This is rally base, rally breaking structure, and this resistance becomes support, this area here. But gold has refused to come back. Initially I wanted to buy from here, gold refused, give us another zone here, so it is still up. Remember, it is now at all-time highs because gold has never been at 3,500 before. It is now at 3,500, so just waiting for a retracement and buy. And the problem with such trade is that you don't know where the target will be. You just now have to take the next milestone. So we shall wait on gold and see what it is going to give us. If it comes back here, we shall be entering but targeting this high, not later than this high. So gold, let's just wait. For now there is no okay, there is a setup here, and I know if you go to the 1 hour it is even more clear. So this is the setup on gold. We are buying from this area. If I can just put my entries like this, yeah, we are buying from that area. So we expect gold to come and tap into this area and take us the previous high. So the risk reward is 1:2, 400 pips, risking around 200. That is a lot. but the reward is also good. So this is only for big accounts, so you can use a small lot size. So that is for gold, and I'll proceed to the next pair, which is GBP. I told you guys GBP card. I told you GBP card. You see, this was the supply zone. And when I was reviewing this yesterday, I told you why I made the supply zone big is because if you narrowed it down to here, like this, you're going to miss out on the trade by a whisker. Maybe you would be tapped in, but I don't like risking the things. If I trust my zone, then definitely I will enter it. So the real zone would have been on the closing price of that, or the opening price of that doji candle. There. And yesterday, is it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, or yesterday but one. When I was talking to you guys, price was around, it was around here. And I told you we are still seeing the drop in GBP card. Why are we still seeing the drop in GBP card? Because this was not a 4-hour zone, this was a daily zone. You see, this was a daily zone. There was you see, even my line is still here, the one I do for break of strike. Yeah, we're around here. We're around here retracing upside. Yes, I think it was on Monday. So my line is still here, the one I do for the breakout structure. And then I told you this was a QM pattern. There was a high, a low, a high, high, and then a lower low. So this was a QM pattern. So the maximum pain level was here. We were supposed to sell from here when price came there. And at that time, price was just retesting but not dropping. But then eventually price dropped. How many pips so far? 260 pips, guys. 260 pips. And what is the risk to reward? Let me just show you. Told you guys, told you. You're risking 50 to get 260. So risk to reward is 1:4. Very good risk to reward, guys. Very good risk to reward. So this is a trade I told you, even I think it was yesterday, I reaffirmed this trade and told you it is still going to drop. And look at this bar here. Very good drop. Very good drop. So the target should be, first level target should be here. You should be removing around 50% or 70% of your positions. Let the rest run up to down here. So I expect it to come down here and make a head and shoulder. So the reaction, if it is not going to proceed down, if you're proceeding in an uptrend, because a GP card we are in an uptrend weekly. So if you're not going to proceed if you're not going to in a downtrend, then you're going to react from this area and form an inverted head and shoulder. If you can see it, an inverted head and shoulder. So something like this, and then go up. I think you can see an inverted head and shoulder. That is what I'm expecting on GBP card. However, we're going to use that demand zone. So your full target should be this demand zone here, and then we turn to the upside. And this is a late time frame. That means if we tap this demand zone, we are likely to push up to around here. So as you target 300 pips, 400 pips here, you're going to target another 400 pips to the upside. Cheers. If that happens, guys, you're in for profit. And guys, that is why you have to subscribe to the channel, because I'm giving you premium free content. So just subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to like the videos. So I proceed to the next pair, which is now guys, I want you to remember my words very well on this pair. I told you we have contacted the 4-hour demand zone, and the target is up here. You see, even my drawings are still there, and the target is up there. And then by the time I told you this yesterday, we had reached the first level target, which was here, and retraced. And then I told you we are reacting from this demand zone, and I think it was around here. I told you we are reacting from this demand zone, and it was around here. This candle was around here. It was not yet an engulfing bar like this one. And I told you we're around this zone, but the target was around here. And then after I adjusted, because the target, I was telling you it was around here, then I told you the zone was big, so I adjusted it to here, and then I put my target to 100 pips, which was 1:5. So far we have moved to up to around, I think, 90 pips, and then retraced. But I still believe we are going to hit that target. Why are we going to hit that target? Because this was a QM pattern. It was a high, a low, a high, a high, then a lower low. The same thing on GBP card is the same thing on Euro GBP, but just inverted. So I still believe we are going to come and tap this zone. You want to know these patterns? Watch the channels on my video. Unfortunately, guys, yes, I think there is someone who saw my video. There's a comment I saw, someone telling me, man, you're genius. I saw a comment like that, someone telling me I'm a genius, and I was happy with that comment. I think it was from who, I don't remember, and he told me to look for him. So, and the unfortunate thing is that I don't have a Telegram channel, or I don't give out signals. I just educate, put my free education content here, and trust me, guys, it is going to remain free forever. Premium content, it is going to remain free forever. So just come to the video and watch those videos. And if you can observe well, we have a head and shoulder here. This is a shoulder, this is a head, this is another shoulder, another shoulder. Price came to test on the same shoulder and shot up to the upside. On the same shoulder, there was a demand zone. Price tested on the zone and then shot to the upside. Price first stagnated here, and I even thought that maybe it is not going to hold, but guess what? The area held very well, and then we shot to the upside. And yesterday I was telling you guys this candle was around here, because it was around 11. I was telling you guys price is going to still go up. Just check the previous two videos that I made, yesterday videos. You will see I was telling the price was around here, but it was reacting from this demand zone, so it was going to shoot to the upside. And now look at what has happened. Same thing that is happening on GBP card. GBP card is just inverted, it's already falling, but guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I wish you guys learn the things. You're going to be happy like I am. Okay, let me proceed. I don't want this video to be long. So we go to Euro NZ. Now Euro NZ, this is a trade that we missed. The zone is cool, everything is there. There's even another confluence of resistance becomes support. Clear demand zone. This is the perfect demand zone that I would want. Two basic candles and one huge imbalance that goes to the upside. Price did not tap into the zone, but look at the movement, guys. So far it has moved 96 pips, and it reached up to around 154. We have retraced 96 pips. If it had only tapped into the zone, guys, so the price is moving to our TP without us. So that is trading. Sometimes you're going to miss on the trades, sometimes you're going to get them. So you don't have to worry about the ones missed, just consider the ones. And so far we have two trades that are moving well, three trades: BTC, GBP card, and then Euro GBP. So you don't have to focus on this one that you've missed, just ignore it. And then we had the other trade that disappointed. Internet is slow. This one, GBP NZD. So GBP NZD disappointed. Same thing like is happening on Euro NZD. GBP NZD disappointed. What happened is it respected the zone very well, moved to around, I think, 100 pips. Moved to around 100 pips, and then if you did not remove anything, it retraced and hit your stop loss. This is why I always tell you, first level target, always respect it. Remove around 50% or more of your positions, and then kindly move your stop losses somewhere above or a few pips above break even. But why I'm always against moving stop losses above break even too early, because price can easily go up 100 pips, come stop you out, and then proceed to your target. That is why I don't want to move my stop losses above break even. But I'm a very huge fan of removing 50% of your positions and then let the rest run. But I think it is better you remove 50% of your position, move stop losses above break even, such that even if it hits you and goes to your initial target, you have not lost anything. If anything, you have even gained something out of that trade, other than not removing something and not removing your stop loss and then it gets hit. So this one I'll not dwell so much on it. I'm just going to proceed to another one because I'm chasing the clock. So we proceed to another trade, that is this is euro card. So euro card, I think, as you can see, no one can tell me that my strategies are not working. They are working. So what happened is we had a break of structure here. Price was here, ranging to the upside. Then I told you this was the demand zone that we were going to react from. However, this motherfucker, wanted to move to my direction, and it did move to my direction into my TP, but it wanted to go with my stop loss first. So what mistake did I make here? One, because this zone was a daily zone, so it had to come up to here. But when I came to the 4-hour, I refined it. So now let me go to the daily zone and show you. To the daily, I show you. So you see, guys, this was a daily zone, drop, base, drop. So the stop loss was supposed to come up there, marking all that candle. Price respected the zone, tapped into the zone, and then came to hit the TP. And after hitting the TP, it reacted from another demand zone. Because remember, this was just a short-term trade. We are selling in an uptrend. So your TP was supposed to be so aggressive here, which was hit, but the stop loss was hit first. Why? Because I refined the zone too small. So now it wanted to come and react into this daily demand zone, which is a rally base rally, breaking this previous structure, which I marked very well. Price has tapped in and now it is going to the upside, but I'm not in the trade because I had entered a sell. I don't know why my internet. Okay, where is it? Yes, price tapped in and already now I want to show you something good happened here. Price tapped in with this candle here, and the next candle went up to up here, hit the first level TP, and then rejected down here. So you would have been tapped in within the next 4 hours. You hit your target, and then price came back down here. Now it is ranging. I know this must be a spike due to some fundamentals, but I was not in the chart, so I don't know. However, this was not the trade. The trade was the sell into this demand zone. So it was supposed to be marked like this. However, I refined it. That's why I'm always against refining. I refined it to this 4-hour zone, which later disappointed. So the trade was correct, but the marking was not okay. I think if I had refined to the closing price, yes, the opening price of this red candle, it was going to be okay because my stop losses are slightly above, so I would win this trade. So this was a losing trade, not because we were wrong, but because we were greedy. We were too mean with our stop losses. They were too tight. Good. So we proceed. Now I have two. I think let me start with AUDJPY. So AUDJPY, I want you to remember the analysis that I gave yesterday. I don't know if it is playing out or it is just acting upon me. So AUDJPY, this is a daily zone, but it was already tested. You remember what I told you? It was already tested. And I told you there are two scenarios that I want, but before they happen, I'm not entering the trade. So price can reject this. Even this line is still here. Price can reject this area like it rejected with this huge rejection in decision candle, and this is an inverted hammer, and it is huge, so it has a lot of significance. So if it rejects here, respects the zone, I want to see price either come to this level here down or come to this level to form a head and shoulder. Where is it? Where is this? You see this level here? I'd want to see price come here to form an inverted head and shoulder, which will be a very good one. This level here, and then we shoot up, or it might proceed all the way down here, and then we go up. Either way, it will be an inverted head and shoulder. Either here we use this one, or down here we use this shoulder to make the right shoulder, left shoulder. But we want somewhere where there is a demand zone. There is a demand zone here. I don't see any demand zone here, but I think if I go to the lower time frames, I can see, and this is like price hit here and then broke, retested, so there has to be a zone here. There is no zone, so I think that zone might be on 6 hours time frame, which I do not have because I haven't paid. I'm not using a paid version. So if I see price coming here and forming a base, then I'll be looking to buy or here. Then another scenario is price breaks up here. After breaking up here, it retests on the demand zone, and then I'll be looking to buy to take it to the previous high. Where is the previous high? Oh, AUDJPY is on the all-time highs. If it breaks it, I'll be looking to buy to take it the previous high. So that is AUDJPY, but I'm still waiting to see what will happen. And people will say, now you'll wait forever. No, while I'm waiting, I'm trading other pairs. Simple. Guys, this is the last one because I'm at 19 minutes already. So now this one I gave it to you last week. This is US30. I told you this was a huge move to the upside, breaking this previous structure, leaving us a good demand zone. However, price did not retest into the zone. So now price wanted us to mark our zone like this. And I can assure you that this is not something I thought of. The zone was supposed to be like that. So big, but it is not something that I thought of. So the stop loss was 30 pips. So price did not tap us in because we refined the zone. You see, even the other pair I refined the zone, even this one. I think this thing of refining the zone too much is making us lose trade. Price never tapped us in, but tapped into the zone, and now it is in profits of 22 pips. And the target is up here around 80 pips, guys. So guys, that's all. Kindly subscribe to the channel if you have learned something from the video. Also, don't forget to like the video. That is all for today. We shall meet in another video. Bye.